safe to say at this point the Montana game will not be made up this season?
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. And a month and a half ago I wanted to do that, but I think they're 13-0, and so I don't want any part of it now. But I wish we could have made that up, but it just didn't work either one of our schedules to get that made up, unfortunately. But you know, because you never know, but you could be sitting here. You could be sitting with one more win, but you could be sitting with one more loss. So you just don't know how that's going to affect. But they have gone on and had a really good year, and I like where we're at. So, but it does not look like that's going to get made up.
Prince is a guy I know you'd like to probably get going a little bit right now. What are you seeing with him right now, and what's it going to take?
Well, he's continuing to work, and that's what we want out of him. And I think where he's maturing and learning is it's not just about making a shot or even getting a shot. It's where he's really helped us all year long has been at the defensive end. He's a big physical guard that has a very good basketball IQ, and I want him continuing to know that's his role. And the shots, and whether making shots or getting shots, that'll come through the flow and the ball just moving. When the ball sticks, that doesn't just affect Prince, it affects everybody. So when the ball's moving, he'll get his opportunities there. But the way he can defend, the way he's capable of rebounding at the big guard position, that hurt us in game one. You know, Ethan Thompson got 6 rebounds in game one. We gave up 18 offensive rebounds. So Cal really hurt us on the backboard. The other team that had really hurt us on the backboard was Oregon State. And so Prince can help us with that because he's a big guard that can do those things.
You've got two more home games. Do you feel like similar kind of, I don't know, back to the wall, but similar spot where you really need to win these games given the rest of your schedule and going on the road the last 3 games?
Well, I really like where we're at. Obviously, if we could have gotten a sweep, we'd be in really good position just with the conference race. But, you know, there's a lot to be played yet. Arizona's got to play at Arizona State. Which that's going to be a great game to watch and see what unfolds there. But our whole attention's Oregon State. You know, we got to take it one game at a time, and this is a big week for a lot of reasons. One, we need to get back home. We've done a good job on that road trip, played pretty well, played really well at Arizona, and had our spurts at Arizona State. But now coming back, we're playing 2 teams that have already beaten us. So it's about trying to ride that ship, and 2, knowing that we've got a lot of special seniors, both player and managerial, that have put an awful lot of work in, and this is their last homestand. So there's a lot of motivation within the team to perform and play well for them as well.
Oregon State doesn't have the highest RPI, so does it help get the team's attention when you've lost to that team on the road, when you're coming home, that you know that you can't come out flat and beat this team because they've already beaten you?
Yeah, and I think if you ask our guys, Ben, Oregon State's RPI, our RPI, you know, they're not even going to have an idea what you're talking about. I don't think that's not what's in their network. That's not what's on social media for them. So I don't think they could tell you any of those things. I think and hope the thing that they're really concentrating on is that last time we played Oregon State, they beat us. Right. And so if you don't respect your opponent at any time, you're gonna run the great mistake of getting beat. And I think when you got one, we respect all the opponents that we play, and now when you got 3 weeks left and you're playing somebody that's beaten you already, they've got your attention.
You mentioned the seniors and this being their last homestand. What have they meant to this program for you?
Well, tremendous. You know, Ike hasn't got to play a lot, but he's been somebody that has really worked hard. He's gonna graduate. All the guys are gonna graduate, and so he's done a tremendous job of practicing hard every day and just keeping himself ready if needed. Gigi has been somebody that's just improved each year, somebody that's an international individual that's come over and last couple of years in high school did a great job in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I think he's just gotten better even through a year of injury. He's gotten better each and every year, and he's playing his best basketball now. He's very confident, and you know, he got here at 200 pounds, now he's about 225, so he's just grown into his body and the way he's got to play very nicely. Alec Wolf has been a walk-on that's been tremendous for us. He's been very consistent in his work, whether he's on the scout team or whether he's fighting every day in practice. He works hard. He's a very nice player. Again, somebody that's going to graduate. Gigi will graduate, and then Tom is going to be somebody that's going to graduate too. And Tom is he's been a special player that everybody's been able to watch and see, and that's been great to see how Tom has developed as well. But those 4 as a group that I appreciate the most is what kind of people they are, what kind of students they are, and what kind of players they are, because they embody what we want our culture to look like. And that's what I appreciate the most. And the managers that we have graduating as well have been tremendous behind the scenes of making sure everything goes the way we want in organization and everything else. It's a special group.
What are their names so we can give them a shout out?
We got Joe, Nick, and Sam. Joe, Nick,
their last names?
Joe, Nick, and Sam. Oh boy, now you're getting difficult. Preston, Sammy. We got Sam. Where's Nick? All right, we're gonna get him interviewed. You guys gotta get interviewed.
How have you guys broken down the practice time between Pauley and the Mo Austin this year?
Pretty much over here early in the week. If we're on the road, pretty much all Austin. When we're at home, we'll go Pauley. Usually Pauley Tuesday and Wednesday in preparation for the Thursday game. So for home games, we've usually gone Monday in Austin and then Tuesday and Wednesday in Pauley.
You said Gigi's playing kind of the best he's played all year. How important is that to get him going?
It's huge because I think that stretch four is a big piece, at least in our program. Having a stretch four that can actually do what you're supposed to do, stretch the floor is huge. And we had that last year in TJ Leaf at a really high level, and that really helps what you do both offensively and defensively, I think, and it makes you so hard to guard because last year we had a stretch four, we had a stretch five, and we could really space the floor on you. And this year's been slow developing, but Gigi is playing as confident, he's playing as strong, he's rebounding out his area, which we've really been wanting him to do, and he's shooting the basketball at a high level. And so he's starting to, I think, add to what we want to do. He's always been a very sound defensive player. So I think you could see his minutes go up. They went up on this last road trip, and I see him staying that way just as long as his production stays up.
What's your evaluation of the way the freshmen have grown throughout the season and where they're at this
Yeah,
point?
they're all different. Chris has been pretty consistent throughout. Chris Wilkes has been pretty consistent without, and it's been pretty impressive to see as a scoring guard how consistent he's been with his scoring. And he's been able to do it in a variety of ways. He's great in transition. He can shoot the three. He's very good at taking the ball to the rim. So I've liked that development. I like how he's developing defensively. Jalen Hands, same way. I think he's gotten better and better. He's starting to just feel himself out now at the collegiate level, which is so different than the high school level. He's always going to be a good scorer, but understanding good shot, good decision, bad decision. He's really maturing nicely in that area, and like both Chris's, you got to continue to grow defensively as a young player, and he's doing that. And then Chris Smith is somebody that I think just continues to get better. I think his ability to take the ball to the rim, his ability to rebound, he should be a great defender as he grows and develops with his wingspan and his height. And I think they've been crucial for where we're at now. I think they're going to even mean more as we unfold these next several weeks. They're going to be vital to what we're doing.
Chris Smith on the Arizona trip got some nice backdoor cuts and got this one really nice reverse layup. Is that more of an emphasis for him to just get going to the basket even if he doesn't have the ball? Yeah,
I think he's a good cutter, and getting to the rim right now is his strength. As we've told him, and he's a good shooter. For whatever reasons that hadn't happened well for him, and the role's not easy for him when you're playing, 6, 7, 8 minutes a half. It's hard to really get into that rhythm and flow, especially when you're talking about shooting the basketball, because he's a much better shooter than what his numbers indicate. But right now his strength should be rebounding the ball and taking the ball to the rim because of his length and because of how versatile he is off the bounce. And I think he's doing a much better job of that, to where it's got, we say, hey, make your drive game the first priority. Secondary would be the jump shot. I think he's going to evolve to where his jump shot and his drive game will be 1A, 1B. Right now, that's not the case.